Hi, everyone. It's me again. This is the second video that I have made. It's called the BS Garbage Story, and it has to do with my time on Mount Elphinstone in the community of Roberts Creek. Well, the mountain is above Roberts Creek. I'll introduce myself. In 2000, you can watch another video where I go into more detail. I decided to go up to the mountain and spend some time alone and do some spiritual adventuring work. Then I was asked by Rick O'Neill, who wouldn't mind if I mentioned his name. Definitely honorable mention. And as I said, someone who I mentioned in the other video I made called the BS Garbage Story contacted YouTube and asked YouTube to contact me because they didn't want their name in the video. And I think that's notable because what this story is about is it's about the fact that I moved, and then I started to fight the logging, and then I did that, and they took down a lot of the trees around Peace Camp, but right at Peace Camp, those trees are still standing. And I still return to Peace Camp, and it's still there, and it's a beautiful place. And if you contact me, I will take you up there sometime. It's wonderful. But what happened is that a lot of youth and others came up to the camp in 2012, and we were unable, because we didn't have vehicles and we were 5 kilometers up the mountain, to attend to our garbage, which was not toxic, it was not industrial, and it was not polluting or harming the earth. But to me, it was an excuse on the part of people in the community who wanted to take control of what I was doing and couldn't manage that. Um, and also people who were, I hate to say this, but I think it's true, actually jealous of me and wanted to take over my position. I also think there were people that just thought that if they didn't like me or something about me, or they simply didn't want me to be partaking in the situation as much as I did. But the thing is I created that situation, so I think it's perfectly okay for me to take charge of it, even though um, I'm not really an authoritarian. But anyways, we don't have to get into that too much. I just wanted to fill in the gaps of that story. So like 49 people already watched the video. And I also talked about how when all of us had the time to clean up Peace Camp, that there was someone else from the Seashell community who took all the peace campers to go clean up an even worse mess. And therefore, we were unable to do that. And then I went to work in Toronto, and while I was gone, people went up to the mountain and stole a lot of things. So, $700 micro hydro system was stolen. $700 worth of milled lumber was stolen. 2 drums of mine, one that is worth $700 and the other one worth approximately $300, amongst many other things. So, what the whole point of this story was is that while I was kind of vilified, and there was even a Facebook page made with pictures of the garbage and then pointing the finger at me. I never really had an opportunity to tell this story that I'm telling now. And so even though people don't want it to be publicly known who they are, and I can understand that because what they did was, well, I don't know, sneaky and dishonorable. So throughout all of these things that happened to me, around this garbage, nobody actually ever came to me and spoke to me. Nobody really knew the truth of the story. And I think it's very sad. And so this vilification of me continued on for years afterwards, where some of the people I mentioned in my last video would talk to other people about how horrible I was, and then strangers I'd never met and didn't know would either confront me and then attack me, or they would just send messages to people, and some of them included violence. So some of the associates of this elder woman from Seychelles, who took all the peace campers and had them clean up her relative in Egmont, had a horrible mess that was far worse than peace camp. Well, some of her relatives or associates sent messages through someone else to tell me that if I did that I was being threatened with violence. So I think it's okay for me to make these videos, and you know, I don't think it's okay to run all over a person and then get away with it. So that's my point. And and now I've made it again without mentioning any names. There's a lot of beautiful stories from Peace Camp. I think the best one is really just the victory that those trees still stand. Now, as for the myriad of stories that are positive, that come from the literally hundreds of people who came up to that mountain and experienced the nature and experienced my teachings, I've learned a lot about the plants, a lot about the animals, and a lot about how to survive out there. And not just survive, really, I don't like that word very much, how to live with nature, the bears, the cougars. And I have so many really miraculous stories to tell you, okay, about that. And I'm going to do that on this playlist, Truth Be Told, Tales of the Mount Elphinstone Peace Camp. I'm really sorry, but karma is karma. The truth is the truth. And I'll tell you right now, if you cannot consistently tell the truth, and if you're not interested in facing up to the truth, you will not get along with me. Okay? It won't happen. All right? Okay. Take care. And I never tell people to like and subscribe and share my channel because I don't get that. I mean, if you want to, you're going to, and if you don't, you're not. So I'm not, I don't know how to outro that well. Um, but I do have other videos on my channel. Some of them are music videos. I read cards. And if you go back and you do actually view my card readings, you're going to see that I was talking about a lot of things that are happening now. I'm an empath and an intuitive, which means that my sense of intuition and my sense of empathy are so strong that, gee, that probably makes it hard to be around me too if you're not going to tell the truth, if you think about that for a second. Okay. This is the Great Awakening. I can't not mention that. I know a lot of people are waking up, and I also have another playlist, which is my own personal ascension blog, where I talk about this whole ascension process and how it's going for everyone. And I really hope we are all expanding, and we are going to actually move into, I think, what is happening, if you check, is a revolution, the one that I was trying to have in 2000, to get us back onto the land, making our own decisions as a sovereign group of people who follow our highest of highest selves and high spiritual laws. And we try not to get petty and do smear campaigns and stuff like that. It's not nice. Okay. Namaste. Now we'll go.